lovers, and welcome back to my wine diary. I have a very special guest today. He may be gone in 5 minutes or so, but enjoy his company while you can.
A few moments later.
And if you're already subscribed to this channel, thank you and welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe. The subscribe button is right down below. Super easy. Click on the notification bell to be notified of my new videos coming out. And I'm pretty frequent here as well as on my Instagram page, so check out my Insta. The handle will be down below as well. Now, from the title of today's video, you already know that we're talking about Viognier. Viognier. I will put the pronunciation on the screen right now. But Viognier is a full-bodied white wine that originated in southern France, first founded in the Rhone Valley, actually in the northern Rhone to be exact, and it spread its popularity through the world so widely that now it can be found in South America, North America, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, even Israel, you name it. So a very, very popular wine nowadays. It is crazy to think that back in the 1960s, Viognier was one of the dying varietals, with only 8 acres of it planted in the northern Rhone and 80 acres throughout the world. And nowadays, it's actually the most planted white Rhone varietal in the US. And just like this Viognier that I'm holding in my hand right now, Viognier normally produces golden colored, very aromatic, very full-bodied white wines that are very stone forward as well. So a lot of peach notes, a lot of apricot notes in them as well. And usually for the most part, it can sustain pretty high levels of alcohol and pretty low levels of acidity, but don't let that fool you because they're brisk. That sharpness of acidity really hits you with Viognier, so it's a very special wine. It's interesting that Viognier is also classically used in small levels in some of the Syrah-based blends, and with those, it's actually officially called an accessory varietal where it cannot be present at greater than 20% level. And a lot of people ask if Viognier is similar to Chardonnay, and the answer to that is yes and no. It does have some characteristics of Chardonnay or some similar characteristics of Chardonnay. So for instance, just its ability to produce full-bodied white wines with a very lush and soft character to them, yes, that's similar to Chardonnay, but then it's got some differences from it as well. So for instance, with Viognier, we have some more natural characteristics versus Chardonnay. So for instance, you can smell more peaches, apricots. It's got some minerality to it. You can smell herbs, some pine notes, violets, maybe some thyme. So it definitely is a little bit more nature forward, unlike our Chardonnays are. Now let's talk about Viognier's aromas and food pairings as well. But before we do that, I would like to show you Viognier in front of the camera and swirl the glass. The one that I'm drinking right now is from France. It's imported by California and it's a 2020 vintage. It is 13% ABV, which is pretty typical for a Viognier. So let's take a look at its color and then we will smell and taste it as well. So what I do is I swirl the glass in front of the camera for you so you can see how it's definitely on the yellow to gold color spectrum. Very pretty looking wine, doesn't have any legs to it, or if it does, just a little bit, and it's pretty clear, no fizz. Now on the nose, Viognier is definitely a very straightforward wine. It's extremely aromatic and it smells like stone fruits, it smells like apricots, so honeysuckle, anything sweet and floral you will find in Viognier. But a lot of times Viognier wines actually have herbaceous smell to them as well, so you can find some hints of chamomile, you can find some hints of lavender, maybe even some hints of pine in it as well. So let's go ahead and give it a taste now. This wine is delicious. Now, Viognier is one of those wines that when you taste it, you actually taste pretty much everything that you smelled on the nose just a second ago. So same thing here. First of all, acidity, huge, very high in acidity. My mouth is watering a lot right now. The crispness of it, the finish, which you don't usually say about white wines, but the finish here is such long lasting, and that acidity really lasts you from start to finish. So from the very beginning of your sip till the very end and afterwards as well. But then I can also taste everything that I smelled just a second ago. So I definitely taste that honey. I taste those apricots, so you can really taste that stone fruit flavor in here. So when it comes to food pairings, let's talk about this. Statistically, I would say, of course, try to pair something like this with shellfish, with lighter whitefish. But I would say be a little bit more experimental with this one and try some soft cheeses with this. This would be really good with some good brie, maybe even something a little more pungent with mold and blue cheese in it. And then try it with vegetable dishes, some salad courses too. So don't just stick with what the books tell you. Go experiment, try it all out, and see what tastes good. And this is everything that you needed to know about Viognier, my wine lovers. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. And if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're still not subscribed, subscription is free. Please don't be stingy and subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot. And I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will do a giveaway on my Instagram channel. It's a wine giveaway, so please stay tuned for that. Link to my Instagram page is down below. As always, I'm so happy to have you here, and until next time, cheers everyone.